Listen to me right now, because I need you to hear this like your life depends on it. Most of you are not reaching your goals because you've been giving your ideas to the wrong people. You're giving your dreams to friends, family, people who like you, people who clap for you, people who make you feel good, but they don't do anything with it. I don't need a cheerleader, I need a coach. I need somebody that's gonna take my ideas and help me execute. You don't need somebody to pat your back. You'll feel good when you reach the goal, not before. And here's the problem, you don't even know exactly what you want. You don't know how much it costs, and you don't know why you need it. I'm talking about clarity. Every goal, every dream, every outcome starts with knowing exactly what it is, why it matters, and how much it's gonna take to make it real. If you can't write it down, if you don't have a number, if you don't have a plan, then stop telling me you're ready for greatness, because you're not. Now some of you think talking about money is dirty. You think it's evil. You need to understand money is a tool. It's not the goal. You need money to execute your purpose, to take care of your family, to bless others, to make the things you dream about a reality. I'm telling you, the reason you don't have it is because you haven't figured out why you need it. And without that, why, you're chasing shadows. And let me remind you, every desire that burns inside of you is proof that you can do it. You wouldn't think of it if you weren't built to accomplish it. Your dreams are not mistakes. Your goals are not coincidences. If it's inside of you, it's meant to be realized, but you have to wake up with clarity, you have to wake up with purpose, and you have to go after it every single day. You see, the reason most people are not driven is because they don't have an engine. They don't know what they want. They wake up clueless and they spend their life wandering. But when you know your outcome, when you know your purpose, when you know exactly what you desire and why, you become unstoppable. You wake up every morning driven, focused, ready to execute. And that's how you reach your goals. Listen to me, because I need you to understand something right now. This is the reason most of you are not reaching your goals. You're giving your ideas to the wrong people. You hear me? You're handing your dreams to your friends, your family, people who love you, people who like you, people who clap for you and expect them to make it happen. And I'm telling you, right now, that's not how success works. You don't need a cheerleader. You don't need someone to pat you on the back and tell you, you can do it. That feels good for a second, but it doesn't change your life. You need a coach. You need somebody that's going to take your idea, that's going to challenge you, push you, hold you accountable, and show you how to execute. Your dreams are not going to be built on high fives and encouragement alone. They're going to be built on action, on strategy, on guidance from someone who knows how to make things happen. I'm going to say it again, because most of you missed it the first time. You don't need somebody cheering for you. You need somebody that's going to help you do the work. And I don't care how much love you get from people, how many people are rooting for you. If the person standing next to you doesn't know how to turn ideas into reality, your dreams are going to stay dreams. Think about it. How many of you have brilliant ideas sitting in your head because you told your family first? How many of you have a plan that never moved forward because your friends were too afraid, too comfortable, or too distracted to help you? Stop doing that. Stop handing your dreams to people who don't know what to do with them. A coach is different. A coach will see your potential, but they won't sugarcoat the road. A coach will tell you the truth when you need it, not the truth you want to hear. They will make sure you're stretching, growing, and moving every single day. And let me tell you something, this is not a feel-good journey. You don't feel good until the work is done. You don't get rewarded for having a dream, you get rewarded for executing it. You will feel good when you reach the goal, when the numbers are real, when the results are undeniable. Most of you are stagnating because you're surrounding yourself with cheerleaders instead of coaches. You're sitting in rooms where people tell you, that's a great idea, but they don't know how to get it off the paper. And I'm telling you, that's why your goals aren't happening. That's why your vision isn't coming to life. You need to find someone who's been there, someone who knows the grind, someone who can push you past your excuses and make your ideas real. Because love and support alone won't build your dreams. Action builds your dreams. Action built the people you admire. Action built the lives you want. Action built the freedom, the wealth, the opportunities, the impact. So stop giving your idea to people who clap and start giving it to people who execute. Stop telling your dreams to cheerleaders and start taking them to coaches. You want your life to change? You want your goals to happen? Then this is where it starts. This is where clarity meets action, and action meets results, and results change everything. Let me tell you something right now, and I need you to hear me with your chest, not just your ears. The reason most of you are not reaching your goals is because you don't know your desired outcome. You don't know what you're truly after. You don't know how much it's going to cost to make your dreams a reality, and until you do, nothing is going to change. You can work hard, you can grind, you can sacrifice, but if you don't know exactly what you need, if you don't know the number, if you don't know the vision in vivid detail, you're just spinning your wheels. Let me ask you, how many of you right now can tell me exactly how much money you need to hit your goals? Be honest with me. Most of you are fumbling because you haven't done the work. You haven't thought about the price of the life you want. To live, you need to get clear. You need to write it down. I don't care if it feels uncomfortable. I don't care if you've never done it before. You need to know how much it's going to cost to get your kids through school, to take care of your family, to travel the world, to have the experiences you dream of. You need to put numbers on your dreams because that's what makes them tangible. Until you see it on paper, it's just a fantasy, and fantasies don't pay bills. They don't move mountains, they don't change lives. I used to hate talking about money. I used to feel like money was evil, like people who chased it were somehow less spiritual. But let me tell you something. Your dreams demand resources, and resources require money. If you want to make an impact, if you want to bless your family, if you want to leave a legacy, you have to get specific about what you need to make it happen. It's not just about putting a random number down. It's about understanding why. You need that number. Why do you need it? What is it going to give you? How is it going to transform your life? You see, people fail because they're vague, they're soft, they're unsure. You can't be unsure if you want to be great. You can't be unclear if you want to leave a mark. Clarity is the engine. Clarity is what wakes you up at 5 a.m. when everyone else is sleeping. Clarity is what makes you push when the world is telling you to quit. If you don't know exactly what you're after, how can you fight for it? How can you run toward it when every distraction is screaming at you? You've got to get obsessed with your outcome. You've got to see it, smell it, taste it, feel it in your bones. You've got to be able to tell yourself every morning, this is the number, this is my why, this is what I'm fighting for. And once you have that clarity, you don't just dream, you plan, you strategize, you execute. You wake up every single day with a mission because you know exactly what you're after. Most of you, you're wandering around blind, hoping opportunity will fall in your lap, hoping someone will hand you what you want. That's not how it works. You have to define your desired outcome. You have to know the cost. You have to see the finish line before anyone else can even understand your journey. Once you have that clarity, nothing can stop you, and you become unstoppable, relentless, and laser-focused on turning your dreams into reality. Let me break it down for you right now. And I need you to feel this with your chest, because this is the part most of you are sleeping on. The reason you are not reaching your goals, the reason your dreams are stuck in your head instead of living in your life, is because you don't have the right people around you. Most of you are giving your ideas to the wrong crowd. You're showing your dreams to your family, your friends, the people who love you, the people who care about you, but they don't know how to make your dreams happen. And here's the truth. Love and cheerleading don't move mountains. They don't build empires. They don't make your vision real. You don't need somebody clapping for you. You don't need someone telling you, you got this, because that doesn't produce results. What you need is a coach, somebody who's been there, somebody who's done it, somebody who can take your idea and turn it into action. Think about this. How many of you have shared your ideas with people, and instead of help, you got opinions, you got doubts, you got negativity? That's why you're stuck. That's why you're not moving. You see, a cheerleader makes you feel good, but a coach makes you better. A cheerleader is going to smile at your dreams, but a coach is going to challenge you, push you, call you out, tell you the truth even when it hurts, because your dream deserves the truth, not empty encouragement. You have to surround yourself with people who can see your potential and know how to execute it. People who are skilled, knowledgeable, and willing to put in the work to make your vision a reality. I need you to write this down right now. I don't need a cheerleader. I need a coach. Say it with me. I don't need a cheerleader. I need a coach. Stop wasting your time showing your ideas to people who can't help you. People who are going to say, "That's too big, that's impossible, or you'll never make it." Those voices are poison. They are slowing you down. And until you cut them off and find the people who know how to execute, who know how to make things happen, you will remain frustrated, confused, spinning your wheels, stuck at the same level. You have to level up your circle. You have to be intentional with who you let in your inner circle. Now listen closely, because most of you miss this. It's not just about having successful people around you. It's about having people around you who are willing to work as hard as you are. It's about people who are going to be honest, who are going to challenge you, who are going to hold you accountable, because the only way your dreams become real is through execution, through action, through doing the hard work day in and day out. Don't confuse love with results. Don't confuse support with success. Your dream deserves more than a pat on the back. Your dream deserves a team that can make it happen. If you want to be unstoppable, if you want to hit your goals, you have to find the right people, the right coaches, the right mentors. You have to put yourself in an environment where execution is the standard, where excuses are not allowed, where results are expected. Because the truth is, you can have all the talent in the world, you can have all the drive, all the energy, all the passion, but if you don't have the right people helping you turn it into reality, your dreams are going to stay just that, dreams. And I need you to understand this deep down, that the only way to level up is to level up your circle, to find your coaches, and stop giving your ideas to the wrong people. Listen to me, because most of you are missing this one, and it's the reason you're frustrated, spinning your wheels. You see, you can have ideas, you can have passion, you can have talent, but if you don't know exactly how much you need to make your dreams real, if you don't know the cost of your vision, you're never going to reach it. I'm talking about clarity, I'm talking about specificity, I'm talking about putting a number down, writing it down, knowing it like it's tattooed on your mind. You have to know how much money it's going to take to get your goals off the paper and into your life. Most people, they just guess, they just hope, they just wish, and that's why they stay broke, stuck, and frustrated. You have to get specific. Let me break it down for you. You want to send your kids to college? How much is that going to cost? You want to take care of your family? How much do you need? You want to travel, invest, live life on your terms? How much is it going to take? And I'm not talking about random numbers. I'm talking about exact, precise numbers. Because when you know how much you need, suddenly you stop wasting time. Suddenly, you stop spinning your wheels. Suddenly, you stop guessing and hoping and start planning and executing. Most people don't have a number, and because they don't have a number, they don't have urgency, they don't have focus, they don't have drive. They just drift through life. I need you to understand something right now. You can't reach a goal you haven't priced out. You can't reach a vision you haven't quantified. It's not just about saying, "I want to be rich, I want to be successful, I want to change the world." That's not enough. You need to know the exact amount it's going to take, why you need it, and how it's going to move you closer to your desired outcome. When I figured out the cost of putting my kids through school, taking other kids on trips, experiences, opportunities, I realized I needed more than just money. I needed clarity. I needed precision. I needed an engine that was fueled by a number. That made sense. Here's the truth. Most of you are not driven because you don't have a number. You don't wake up with purpose because you haven't defined it in hard numbers. You say you want freedom. You say you want wealth. You say you want success. But what does that mean in dollars, in time, in resources, in sacrifice? You can't measure what you don't define. And if you don't define it, you can't achieve it. The number is your engine, your fuel, your roadmap. When you know it, you can plan, you can strategize, you can execute every single day. When you don't, you drift, you stall, you complain, you blame that. So I need you to grab a pen and write it down. How much do you need to make your dream real? And don't stop there. Know why you need it. Know exactly what it's going to cover, what it's going to provide, what it's going to create. Because until you do that, you're chasing ghosts. Until you do that, you're playing a game you can't win. Once you know the number, once you understand the cost, once you see the path, you can go all in. You can wake up every morning with urgency, clarity, and purpose. Because now you're not guessing, you're executing. And execution is the only thing that separates the dreamers from the doers. Listen to me. Because this is where most of you get it twisted. And this is why you're frustrated, exhausted, and still not where you want to be. Most of you think success, reaching your goals, achieving your dreams is just about having the right ideas, the right plan, the right amount of money, or the right people around you. But I'm here to tell you that none of that works if you don't have a clear vision for every area of your life. And when I say every area, I mean your health, your family, your faith, your fun, your personal growth, your relationships, your business, your finances, all of it. Because if one of those areas is out of balance, it drags everything else down. You cannot operate at your full potential unless you know exactly what you want in every aspect of your life. Most people, they wake up clueless. They wake up confused. They wake up reacting to life instead of creating it. They don't have a map, they don't have a blueprint, they don't have clarity. And clarity is the difference between someone who drifts through life and someone who dominates it. You have to define your desired outcomes. You have to sit down, take a piece of paper, and write it all out. What does health look like for you? I'm not talking about being shredded. I'm not talking about lifting weights. I'm talking about longevity, vitality, energy to pursue your dreams without being held back by your body. You have to know exactly what that looks like. Do you want to wake up at 70, 80, 90, still active, still independent, still sharp? Then write it down, because if you don't define it, it doesn't exist. Then you have to define your family outcomes. What kind of life do you want for your children, your spouse, your parents? Are you creating an environment where they can thrive, where they can grow, where they can be supported, where they can flourish? Or are you just hoping for the best? Most people are hoping for the best, and hoping doesn't move mountains. It's not enough to say you love your family. You have to define what love looks like in action. You have to define what success for them looks like, what support looks like, what opportunities look like. And then you have to plan for it, execute for it, fight for it every single day. Faith is another area people overlook. Whatever your belief system is, whatever you dedicate yourself to spiritually, you need to define what that looks like. How much time are you willing to dedicate? How consistent are you going to be? And what are you striving to achieve spiritually? Because faith without clarity is weak. Faith without structure doesn't move mountains. And then there's fun. Most people forget this. Fun is part of the plan. Joy is part of the plan. Experiences are part of the plan. You cannot work yourself to death without knowing what life is for. You have to define what fun looks like, what freedom looks like, what joy looks like. That's part of your desired outcome too. Here's the thing. When you define all these areas, when you know exactly what you want, something magical happens. You wake up every day with urgency. You wake up every day with focus. You wake up every day with clarity. You don't hit snooze, you don't complain, you don't make excuses. You move, you execute. You attack life with intention because your engine is fueled by clarity. And clarity is more powerful than motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but clarity, when you define your outcomes in every area, that becomes your fuel, that becomes your engine. That becomes the reason you get up at 4 a.m. That becomes the reason you push through obstacles. That becomes the reason you refuse to quit when everyone else is saying you can't do it. So I need you to sit down and write it all out. Health, family, faith, fun, personal growth, relationships, finances, business. Define your outcomes. Don't leave it vague. Be specific. Be intentional. Be bold. Because until you define what you want in every area of your life, you're chasing shadows, you're running blind, you're leaving your success to chance. And when you define it, when you see it clearly in your mind, when you write it down and commit to it, that's when you start to wake up with purpose. That's when you start to move with power. That's when you start to execute like the person you were meant to become. And that's when you finally start reaching the goals that used to feel impossible.